My name is Tom Moore. I'm the head librarian at the Hazlet branch of the Capital Area District Library. I was supposed to be joined tonight by Betsy Hull, the head librarian over at the Okemos branch. I think she's on the call, but I don't see her.
I've promoted her. She should be here in 1 second, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I'll get started here a little bit. You know, as many of you probably know, I am new to the township. I've been here, well, now I say new, but it's been a little over a year now. I started in March, right before the pandemic hit and everything closed down. But we were really excited with what we were able to accomplish in 2020, despite all the different curveballs. And so I could probably talk forever about the library and everything, but we'll try and keep it very brief tonight. And we'll just sort of move forward here. I think I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully this will. All right, can everyone see that okay? There we go.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can see it.
So CADL's mission is dedicated to empowering our diverse communities to learn, imagine, and connect. And despite 2020 and the pandemic and everything that was put in our way to completing that mission, what I think we learned is that we can fulfill that mission whether people are in our buildings or not. It's not core to what we're doing to have people in the building. We can reach out into the community and connect in other ways. And so 2020 was about finding new ways to stay connected, even while we look to getting back to having our community members in our buildings and checking out materials and being able to interact in the good old fashioned ways. So this is some of the things that we did in 2020. First off,
good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? And can you see me now? Oh, technology. Well, thank you very much for inviting us.
Betsy, we're currently hearing from Mr. Moore.
Oh, am I jumping? I'm jumping on his toes. Okay.
Nah, you're good. Sorry, I got started. I thought you were on the call already.
That's all right. Keep going.
I'll keep going. So we're on circulation and contactless pickup is kind of how we started off in June. We were closed until that time due to the executive order. And really what was amazing is that this contactless pickup with the items just out by the door at Hazlet, you can see our little bookshelf there with our bags of items for people to pick up. In the parking lot over at Okemos with their library and thesaurus. Handing out books and delivering them directly to the cars. This model of business kept us so busy with the staff. And in fact, the Meridian branches during the pandemic for physical items accounted for roughly 32% of all of the checkouts for the entire system. That was really impressive. And the staff have been hustling around. It takes so much more effort to handle the entire transaction and do it contactless like this than it does to just have people in the building and being able to pick up their own items and bring them to the desk just to have them checked out. So we were really proud of being able to overcome that hurdle, find a great way to get access to people and get these books out the door and other materials and still plug along. I think, you know, these services, these contactless services are something that will probably linger and stick around, even as we look forward to opening our doors. They have definitely shown that they're popular services, and we're looking at ways that we can keep those going in some form.
Okay, now it's my turn. You know, just like everybody else, we had to pivot how we were going to provide our services and our programs. And throughout the system, but particularly with Okemos and Hazlet, we kept a full slate to maintain our connections to our communities. And we all are going to have to refine how we approach this virtual/remote world going forward. As you know, there are many positive uses for it. Next slide. Our popular virtual story times averaged over 200 views and sometimes speaking at 1,000 views. And there you see Mr. Tom from Okemos and Miss Kate from Hazlet. And we had a guest reader from our downtown branch come in. As you know, story times are the foundation for literacy. And this is one of the main ways we kept in touch with our communities.
Another way that we stayed engaged with the communities were through to-go activities. From take and make crafts, where they picked up the supplies at the library and took them home to put them together and create, to storytime kits that reinforced early literacy skills, or our weekly geography to go kind of passport around the world projects in the fall that took kids to 13 different countries, one different country each week, where they were able to, explore and engage and learn. These to-go activities, were important for engagement for us, but also for the families. We got so many comments. Things like getting your thoughtful crafts and bags full of library books brings us all so much excitement each week. And being able to pick up those books and Storytime to Goes every week has given us something to leave the house for. And those are just, samples of the comments that we were getting, especially near the end of the year, as things dragged on and everyone was getting worn out by staying at home for so long. We, I think, provided a little bit of diverse entertainment to everyone and something to look forward to in their homes, while also providing a little bit of education.
Tom is being very modest. Hazlet had, I don't know, about 3,000 of these take and make kits that they gave out alone. He smoked the rest of us in the system. I had a lot, but I didn't want to sit down and count, like Tom did. They really did an outstanding job with their take and make kits. It may have been a beautiful day for a trunk or treat event back in October. And it's always fun to dress up and get outside. But this is just another example of how we try to make contact and keep contact with our communities.
One of the things that's really important to me and central to kind of how I approach the library and my job as head librarian is collaboration. I love getting people together to work on projects and working with other groups and organizations. So last summer, we partnered with the Harris Nature Center to display a fairy house trail right along their fence, right by the Beaver Lodge there. And so we were really excited about that. We accepted 30 submissions of fairy houses. You can see some samples on the screen there, some carved fairy doors from the wood carvers group that usually meets at the library. And this engaged members of all ages, from kids all the way up to adults. Anyone who loved craftings and the outdoors was able to participate. And it's really a good example of another way we were reaching out and connecting with people, both in the creativity part and also just getting something out there for some people to enjoy who were visiting the Nature Center. And we like doing that so much, these kind of public art sort of projects, that we followed it up with this mural project in the fall, where we asked people to take these sticks that we had outside of our door, paint them and return them, and we put them all together for a really beautiful mural that we displayed along the fence at Raleigh Elementary. It was up there for about a month and a half, and then we took it down before the snow came and actually have it installed in the library. So when we do open our doors again, some of the people that painted those sticks or saw them when they were walking by on the sidewalk can enjoy them all over again.
We continued our connections to families with clothing drives during the holiday season. Hazlet also provided postcards for kids and partnered with Brookside Senior Living to encourage people to send these cards to their residents. We are grateful for the township, for the partnership we have with the township we have regarding our buildings. You take good care of us. And we appreciate the recent help the township gave to us in installing these micro food pantries at both the Hazlet and the Okemos branches.
I have to say too that I was out at the library on Sunday trying to dig a stump out from in front of the library there. And, you know, in 2 hours, it was nonstop at that pantry. People delivering goods, picking them up and taking off. It was really incredible to see. You know, I'm not usually outside to kind of witness the action that's happening. So it was really encouraging that, you know, donations were coming in, people were getting assistance. Someone stopped and spoke with me for a minute, and she said that, you know, she thought that this was such a great idea that, you know, she grabbed some items and left some other ones that she didn't need any longer. So it was really heartening to kind of hear that. And even the people that are in need a little bit, we're still leaving something behind for others.
Mm-hmm. And in closing, the big news is that in 2 weeks, on Tuesday, June 1st, we will be reopening to the public for walk-in traffic. We encourage people to contact their local branches because some services may vary after we reopen. But coinciding with that good news is going to be our annual kickoff for our summer reading challenge. And this is a chance for families everywhere, from babies to toddlers to teens to adults, to engage in some fun reading during the summer. And we encourage people to either call their library or to visit the website, CADL.org, if they have questions about summer reading or the process for reopening. But we are encouraged and happy to be finally getting to this phase of recovery. And thank you very much for letting us once again give us our annual show and tell.
Does anyone have any questions for us at all? That was brief and only a little bit of the things that we did in 2020, but I'd be happy to field any questions.
If you could unshare the screen, I can ask around. Anybody have any questions on this? Not seeing any hands. Looks like you guys gave a very thorough report. Betsy, your hand was up.
No, thank you.
Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Well, thank you for coming forward.